Ninja Warrior is a TV show in which contestants attempt to clear a challenging set of obstacle courses. There is a version of the show that exists in America, in Australia, in the UK, in Germany, and even Indonesia. But long before these international adaptations, the original Ninja Warrior was a Japanese program called Sasuke, and it's been airing since 1997. Growing up watching the original Japanese Ninja Warrior was one of the many things that turned me into an off-brand, non-anime watching weeb freak. I still remember the first time I saw the show, and not just that, but the first single shot of the show I ever saw. I sat in front of a TV as the glowing low-resolution image of the rolling log was burned into my mind. Like much of the intense wonderment that occurs in childhood, I was immediately fixated on the alluring newness of Sasuke, creeping closer to the TV screen and curiously thinking, what is this? So now 10 years have passed, seemingly everything has changed, but I just discovered that Sasuke is still going strong. And having missed something like the last 15 seasons, I decided I would dive into the most recent tournament and see what the show is like these days. I thought it would be interesting to see how it compares to my childhood memories of it. So in case you're not familiar, the objective of Sasuke is to clear all 4 stages of an obstacle course, and by doing so, claiming total victory. Every tournament has 100 different competitors that come from diverse backgrounds, all with this one goal in common. So in one camp, you have the pro athletes. You've got Olympic medalists and champions and everything from boxing to wrestling to rock climbing to handball to rugby. Basically, if you can think of a physical discipline, someone like them has tried Sasuke. And then you've got the goofballs, which is basically a whole category of people who are actors, comedians, or aspiring celebrities. Or they just have a really good gimmick. They're usually terrible, but they're too fun to hate, and they give the early game a good, lighthearted, and fun atmosphere. The last category of competitors are people from blue-collar occupations who simply love Sasuke, the work-by-day, train-by-night people. So many of the show's iconic so-called all-stars are from this category. You have the gas station manager, the firefighter, the crab fisherman. These are some of the most beloved competitors because they are in regular attendance and are clearly there for something more than testing their physical prowess or getting their 30 seconds of TV fame. These people really want to win, and sometimes they do. Sometimes. I mean, like, in case it wasn't apparent yet, this show is hard. There's like 4 dudes who have won ever, and there's been 40 seasons. And just in case people were starting to get the hang of it, they just keep making it harder. If you took the people who are running this latest course and put them on the very first one, they'd practically be handing out total victories. So, what's changed? There's gangs now, which is cool. Shingo Yamamoto still makes silly goofs, despite having made it to the final stage. Come on, Shingo!
Ready to win, man.
I know the course is going to be a lot harder, and oh my god, what is this high resolution? This isn't even a great quality rip, but how in the world did I watch those old seasons? Did I just, like, imagine the fidelity in people's facial expressions so I could read their emotions? Also, they lost the announcer, who sounds like he's constantly yelling, and I kind of miss that. Where am I gonna get my now? And they don't constantly call the course Mount Midoriyama anymore, which is a little underwhelming, but okay. I guess they're trying to modernize. It just takes place in Yokohama now. Nothing special. The first stage is basically always what separates the people who actually train for the course from the people who are just winging it. The first stage always seems to take place during daytime, you have a huge crowd, and it's just a fun vibe.
私立探偵として要人のボディーガードをかつて46歳ですがこの肉体おっとスーツさあスラックス脱げるか脱いだか靴を履き靴を履く靴を履く靴早く何してんの律儀なボディーガードだ
Our first dude is called Logi, and he's like a fire knife dancer. Crushing the quad steps, classic obstacle. But then we've got this rolling hill thing. I've never seen this before. This is new to me. And this is interesting because you get to see how confident people are. This guy's got second log level confidence. Standard, you know, normal low self-esteem. Then we've got the wing slider. This is also new to me. And oh my god, it's... You made it. Very impressive. Everyone's excited. But then this is the thing everybody's been hyping up. The fishbone. And look at the time it takes to figure out what the hell you're gonna do here. And oh no, the fire dancer fell. Did you feel that? That's the thrill. That's the thrill of this show. We've got the girl from AKB 48. Crushing the quad steps. I'm feeling a solid run from this. No! Oh, tragic. We've got this guy, old weightlifter, Torisawa, gonna show us what's up. Crushing the quad steps. Now, what kind of confidence do you guys think this guy has? He's a first logger, but hey, he's playing with his age. Gotta respect it. And now back to the... Alright, we've got Big Man Monkey. So this guy was actually a finalist in one of the very first competitions. But it's been 20 years, so let's see what Monkey's up to. Crushing the first few obstacles. Outed by the wing slider. We've got this fisherman guy, Kumakawa, showing some promising form on the rolling hill. Clears the wing slider though, and we're back to the fishbone. And it's just too much to handle. And here you've got the all-stars. Makoto Nagano on the left, the fisherman. He's won. Shingo Yamamoto in the middle. He's actually participating, unlike the other two guys. He never wins, but he's been in every contest, and he worked at a gas station, which is cool. And then on the right here, we've got Mr. Sasuke.
Up next is Katsumi Yamada, also known as Mr. Ninja Warrior.
We keep going through all these people. We've got an athlete actor, Mr. Wataru here with his family. Runs out of time, totally tragic. We've got a model. We've got a singer. We've got an Air Force guy. There's a metropolitan legislator in here, no doubt.
Making sure government...
And then you... What? You've got this thing. This guy brought all his cute elementary students to watch him lose on the warped wall, which is tragic. But to be fair, that's really what I always remember from the old seasons, was that the warped wall was definitely the thinner of the herd on this first stage. It's just tough and it's just tall, and by the time you get there, you're freaking tired. The mogul skier tries. The Playboy editor with this weird cutscene fails. You've got the plumber who builds his own obstacles, but he still fails. Sexy dancers.
Hi, babe.
You've got the aircraft assembler. You've got the city hall worker. You've got the PE teacher, the college student, the pet shop employee, and then the foreigners. Because this has gotten so popular over the years, people have started sending over their own representatives for their country. I remember back in the very final seasons I was watching, they would start to send over like 1 or 2 American competitors. It was a big deal. There was always an occasional foreigner before, but this was the first time they were like really sending someone as an ambassador. So the dude from Mongolia seems super cool, but he fails. The Australian fails. The Hong Kong guy fails. We've got this awesome Jackie Chan impersonator who did what he was supposed to do. But now, here's where we get to the important part. This is the guy I mentioned before, Mr. Sasuke, or they call him Mr. Ninja Warrior, right?
Mr. Ninja Warrior.
This guy Yamada, he loves this so much. He tries really hard.
やらせてください。
やりたい。
はい。
どうしてもやりたい。
He was considered an all-star because he actually was a finalist in one of the very early seasons, and he tried for a long time. He was always Mr. 100, and he was always the guy who was famous for just insane dedication.
He's been out of work for the last 6 months, but rather than look for a new job, he spent every waking moment plotting for today's event. He's reinvented himself as a hero on the path to total victory. Some have called him foolish and deluded, but Yamada doesn't care. He knows what awaits him at the top of Mount Midoriyama, and nothing else matters.
And then later on, they had another bio that his wife left him. It didn't matter. He was still training hard for Ninja Warrior. Unlike Makoto Nagano, who's just full-on retired, just there to have a good time and schmooze and enjoy the ambiance, Yamada's not done, man. And so he's created his own little gang of disciples. He's been training a bunch of people, but apparently, the last time he ran them all, they all failed on the first stage. So this time he's got 2 disciples. We got the first dude, Yamamotoyuki. Here we go. You know he's a pro because he's doing the one leg at a time quad steps. Effortlessly just prancing across this second obstacle here. And look at this, he's got a third log confidence. Pretty good. Doesn't get much better than that. Onto the wing slider. He's got a lot to prove here. He doesn't want to lose again on the first stage. Looking solid. Effortlessly goes through that obstacle. And now, the fishbone. He's listening to the guidance of his master. Will be enough. Oh, he just battles through the fishbone. And here on the Dragon Glider, nailing the jump, formerly of the jump hang, and just gliding effortlessly on these rails. You can feel the excitement from Mr. Sasuke. And look at this. Look at these weights, man. This is something that's very different from the seasons that I watched. Because they would never have something like this on the first stage, where it's just like sheer strength, just pushing. And the big thing that this is doing is it's going to tire him out. He's only got 16 seconds here to clear this warp wall. I'm always panicking, just thinking, go, 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 go! Oh, and look at that. And here it is, we've got the tears setting in with Yamada. Now we've got our second dude here, the second disciple of Yamada, Issa Yoshinori. This guy's a pro athlete, and he failed last time on the first stage. There's a lot of expectations here. Start with a good scream, love to see it, Issa. Taking the more slow approach in the quad steps, whatever you gotta do, man. And here, another third log confidence jump from the rolling hill. Love to see it. Nail on the spider wing. And now back to this, some fishbone calculus, jeez. Oh my gosh, just battling through it, just like his brother before him, Yoshiyuki. Nailing the dragon glider. Look at this energy as he's slamming through these big push weights. And now making it finally to the warped wall again. With only 10 seconds, but he clears it. Points for screaming, points for the wife crying, and points for making Mr. Sasuke cry. Now we've got Tata Tatsuya, age 27. This guy works for the government, keeping his hands clean. And what's interesting about Tata was he was actually a participant when he was 14, like a really long time ago. So he's been a super fan pretty much his entire life. With that super fan title, I mean, he really has proven himself. You see, he's made it here to the 3rd stage last year, training hardcore in his own facilities. We've got the faithful stoic wife, an essential piece, an essential ingredient to the Sasuke cake of delicious goodness. Carrying the cherries, I don't know what that's about. Seeing him again expertly, single foot handle the quad steps. And really going through... Did you see that? What the fuck? This guy has ginormous balls. Looking solid. Looking solid through the spider wing. Really good. Morimoto Yusuke cheering him on from the sidelines. We'll see more from him later. And really nailing his fishbone calculus. Look at that. Effortless. Just walking through like it's a hallway. It's a hallway. And at the end of it, there's a door to your bedroom so you can go to sleep after being tired from winning Sasuke. Nailing these glider rails. We got Jessie Graf here, getting excited. And look at this. Look at that force as he's just pushing through these weights. He's got 35 seconds. I think everybody knows where this is headed. Or do we? I mean, it wouldn't be like Tata to just take his time for granted here and really slow his pace down waiting and then not complete the final obstacle. He wouldn't do that, right? I mean, he's got 20 seconds. He's got 15 seconds. He's got so long. He's gonna go, right? He's gonna go... Please! Damn, just takes his time, knows exactly what he needs to do, lines it up, rocks the victory. The wife is processing it finally. She can start letting go of this intense tension she's been feeling. Points for the scream. Points for the wife crying.
また今年もボタンを押すことができました。そうですね。前回も泣いたんですけど、今日も家族と仲間が力貸してくれました。ありがとう。ありがとう。Good job. That was so good. Thank you so much. Thank you, Brian.
You've got a celebrity-looking guy who messes up. You've got this TV personality who looks 1,000 years older than he actually is. Tries his best. You've got the model. You've got an actor. You've got the action actor, Saikawa Koji. He's into like tricking, which is jumping around. Crazy. He clears it. Good for him. We've got the swimmer. We've got the car designer. The ex-pro baseball player. But now we've got Yogi Musashi. And this guy, you know, he's an electrical manager, his wife's pregnant, total family man, This guy Pinky promised his kids he was gonna win. However, unfortunately, he's broken his foot last year, and so he's been taking very careful measures to retrain without injuring himself. He is aware that this is gonna put him at risk during this course. Here he goes. His family sets him off. Using both legs for the quad steps, but having good mobility. Do we have third log? No, we have second log level confidence. Everyone plays by their own game, whatever you have to do. There's the guy from Golden Bomber cheering him from the sidelines, who I've conveniently omitted from this entire episode. Solid, robust form on the wing slider. Seems like his feet are doing well. Ooh. And it's a battle with the fishbone. Not all things come easy. But Hyoki clears it. The family filled with exuberance as they watch him tackle the dragon glider. Such prestige, he nails both rods. A lot of people have gone down on that obstacle today. I think even if you have the wherewithal to handle it, just having the precision to correctly calibrate and time everything and grab those pulls, there's a bit of randomness to that. There's a bit of luck, especially when you're feeling nervous. Climbing up those push weights, not a whole lot of time. He's sort of reserving his energy for one big push up this warped wall. Oh, the stagger. Oh. And what a glorious end to Hyoki's run. Oh my god, his family's so happy. And there's no scream this time. We see a different kind of satisfaction on Hyoki's face. We've got a gymnast. Wacky man. He's the comedian. We've got the PE teacher. Yes! Love to see it happen. Clears it. And then we've got our gang. We've got this girl. We've got a YouTuber, the dude who represents Israel. Really a shame that these people they sent so far messed up on the first stage, but what can you do? Shusuke Nagasaki, the trampoline mogul. This guy used to be pretty good, but I guess he's gotten older, like all of us. And we've got our first guy from Rampage from Exile Tribe. And, he doesn't do so well, but we got the second guy. He doesn't do so well either. But then we've got the third guy. Hey man, at least they're in a gang. Then we've got our man Shingo. What is this, Shingo? Then we've got Kano, building maintenance man. This 34-year-old has been at it for a while. You can see here he was a finalist in Sasuke 23. However, because of an injury that happened on Sasuke 33, he hasn't been able to attend recent tournaments. He's got his lovely family cheering him on, and here he begins. Definitely a little bit slow on the quad steps, but looking good, looking solid. Making sure he has precise footing as he navigates down the second half of the rolling hill. Second log level confidence, lands the jump perfectly. Onto the winged glider. Looks strong in that first initial bump down, continuing through the obstacle with a nice little roll at the end. And now we're at the fishbone. This is going to be a time drainer for sure if you don't get your act together quick. He's really taking his time to think about it. And wow, did it pay off. That had to be probably the most relaxed we've seen someone take the fishbone. If you nail that timing, it can be a lot easier than it seems. And now on to the dragon glider. Good. But what is this? Oh no. He seems to have failed the transition to the second rod, and it looks like it resets to a kind of midpoint on the slope, so he's struggling even just to inch. Oh, but it doesn't matter because there's just no time left. We've got this guy, says he's Snowman. Is that like a band or something? Ow! This guy's in a band for sure. And just look at this warped wall despair, man. This obstacle is crushing. It's sad how many people really do well up to this point, and they're just freaking tired and can't jump high enough. Exactly how it feels to be bad at basketball. We've got this German guy who's like really bubbly and totally sticks out amongst everyone else. Rene. Apparently he's won the competition twice in the German Ninja Warrior, and he trains with elephants. This guy's, I mean, really insane acrobatic, dude. He clears it, he does a backflip, he's showboating, everybody's amazed. Look at this guy with this wild German charisma.
Oh, great, I enjoyed it so much, had so much fun. Fantastic. I wish I could just do it one more time again.
We've got the boxer, we've got the college lecturer, but it looks like someone didn't study for the ass-slamming final on the warped wall. We've got the plumber. We've got Rolling Hill Despair from the American guy who looks like he has green hair. Came all the way from America. You can just, okay, I'm sorry. The Olympic sprinter. The parkour guy. Oh wait, that guy actually does it. And holy shit, look at that rolling hill jump. Points for the scream. This guy seems pretty promising. He's the pole vault world champion. Like literally the best in the world at pole vaulting. And he loses on the one obstacle with poles. What is this? Alright, now we got the shoe salesman, Urushihara Yuji. Did this guy win before? How is this guy so good? Apparently he did. Twice. He's also got this weird thing where like he's equally close with his wife and sister. They always show them at the same time. And they're both there cheering him on and they're like inseparable. I don't know about you guys, but I love to see these competitors right at the end here just pushing all of their energy into these big weights. The ultimate demonstration of their will. His female loved ones are looking worried. He wouldn't be the first to fall on the warped wall today. But there he has it, his training has paid off. Points for his humble deep prey after his victory. And look at this. He brought his fucking lucky rock. That's how you know he did it. We've got Jessie Graf. This was the girl who's chosen as the American representative as well. And the thing you gotta understand is that A, there hasn't been a lot of girls on the show, and B, the ones that have been on haven't done very well. Like, they even had a representative earlier who did really well in the female version of this show, and just couldn't deliver. So it would kind of be a big deal if Jessie succeeded, especially considering only 2 females have ever passed the first stage. She does get a bit more time because she's a girl, but it's still freaking hard. But Jessie's just so good. She's got the moves, she makes it happen. Then we've got this guy, Kawaguchi Tomohiro, a shoemaker. He makes his own shoes. I wonder if he's doing some networking with the shoe salesman off the side while they're on the bleachers there. But you know you gotta take him seriously because he's made it to the final stage before. Like anyone who's gotten that almost taste of victory, he's hungering for the full thing and wants to prove himself here on Sasuke 37. He's got the Rampage from XL Tribe cheering him on. Pretty much the best cheering squad you could have. Let's do this quick. Right now we're gonna crush the quad steps, crush the rolling hill. Looking good on the wing slider. Looking good on the fishbone. Handling the dragon glider excellently. Just slamming these push weights. Actually one of the faster ones on the push weights that I've seen. And now to the warped wall. Let's see. First attempt questionable. He's got a lot of time. And what will he do with it? Charging up his strength, and he's made it. Oh, no. Another failure at the warped wall.
Time up!
And last but not least, we've got the new Mr. 100, Morimoto Yusuke. He competed for the first time on Sasuke at the age of 15, and seasons later he got his first total victory under his belt at age 23. He's had his sights set on another victory, as the last two competitions he made it to the final stage both times, and that's just insane level consistency. Yusuke is arguably the most promising guy here, and he's got his aim on that final buzzer more than anyone else. And here he goes, starting on the quad steps. Pretty good technique, standard. Taking the rolling hill with some speedy maneuvering across the top. There's his mother and father. A small family compared to some people's crowds, but he's a younger guy, currently working as a software engineer. Solid jump across the rolling hill, playing it safe. Quite interesting for a man of his reputation. Looking good on the wing slider. Doing his fishbone calculus. Not quite a clean run, but again, battling through it like we've seen many people do. Got Nagano here cheering on from the sidelines. Everyone's amazed. They're expecting good things here. We saw a pretty embarrassing mess up earlier from Kano Hitoshi on this obstacle. However, Yusuke clears it. Excellent work. Now just the push weights. He's got a really good amount of time left. This seems to be the exact same formula we've had for everyone else who's made it to stage 2. Just over 20 seconds remaining as he faces the warped wall. Will he take his time? Oh, he seems to be going right for it. Oh, maybe it looks like a misstep there. He seems to have it. Taking a quick breather. Oh, but what is this? And now a panic run. Oh! And everyone is shocked. And that brings us to the end of Stage 1. Perhaps it is a formidable omen to end in such an unfortunate manner. I hope you've enjoyed this intimate look into the world of the original Japanese Ninja Warrior, and I hope you'll stay with me for the next installment, as we see how our fearsome 10 competitors who've passed the first stage manage on Sasuke's second stage of deadly obstacles.